Cat. So Cat, I think this is the biggest injury of them all. Um, I seen they next 9-game forecast. It look a little tough. I'll pull it up for you so I can read out them games. But
They
I
was winning
think,
against the
man,
Pacers earlier. It was about like
yeah.
15, 17.
I mean, they still the number one team in the West for a reason. They a deep team and they pretty good at every position. And you still have a superstar on offense. You have a superstar on defense. You got one of the better 6-man type bigs in the league in Reid. So you still got guys. I think Jaden. This is time for Jaden McDaniels to step up, right? Jaden McDaniels has to step up from a scoring perspective. Him and Reid, and it's getting to the point where we got to start looking at Jaden McDaniels and start putting actual expectations on him. He was a top 10 pick, a lottery pick, if I'm not mistaken, by the Timberwolves. People was expecting him to be a third, fourth guy for them, and they was expecting him. I don't know how you not expecting about 16 points from Jaden McDaniels. He's 6'10 wing. He has fast as a guard. Do you think he needs to step up? Him, Nas Reid, like what's the thought process? Minnesota now they Cat down, and can they stay afloat? Can they stay a top 2 seed?
Uh, I think they can. Um, Now the only thing is how consistent can we expect Nas Reed and McDaniels to be that second and third option now. Um, that's the only thing, because sometimes when it's you getting more shots up, it don't always equivalent to to
Well,
like more production. Sometimes it's just okay, I'm putting up more shots, but I'm not as efficient, or I'm putting up more shots, I'm getting more points, but now it's taking away from other parts of my game. So it all boils down to um,
it's their
what
time to
type of
step up though,
consistency we're
right?
gonna get. I mean, yeah, no,
It's their time to
I'm
step
not.
up, man.
I'm not making no excuses. I'm saying though, how consistent can they be in that role? That's gonna let us know how successful they're gonna be going forward from now.
I think it should be some pressure on Jaden McDaniels. He just got a contract. People saying he's an untouchable. Right? They were saying he was untouchable. You remember I was going through all that
Said
slander.
cool. Hey, they said Kuzma was that too.
But I'm just saying, at
It's gonna
what
it's gonna
point?
be it's gonna be this is gonna be a turning point for McDaniels.
That's
This
all I'm saying.
because going forward now, let's say they finish off, maintain a seed, and they get to the playoffs, and McDaniels starts selling or underperforming.
Mm-hmm.
We look at him different, because last year it was more so like, we didn't expect y'all to get past the Nuggets, but now
Yeah.
y'all in a position now where we don't expect y'all to lose in that first round, or at least we don't. And even if I get out the first round, they still expecting certain a level of play from certain players on their roster. So
I
that's
feel
also
I feel
going to be
like
a big thing.
I feel like if they slip at their top three, it's gonna be an indictment on Jaden McDaniels and Nas Reid, especially if they both are healthy. If there's no more injuries, if the cat injury the only thing, and I think there's about like how many games left? About 15 to 17 games left. If they fall to let's say the fourth seed, I think people are gonna have to. If I was the Minnesota front office, I'm gonna start having to look and see. Say, man, I'm gonna have to go get a third guy instead of trying to do it with Ant and Cat, and then Rudy Gobert as my defensive anchor, have a 1-2 punch in the defensive anchor. I'm starting to look at. I might have to go trade Jaden McDaniels, Nas Reed, or do something, shake something up to go get a third guy. Because Ray, they about they're too close. They're too close to a contended team. You get number one seed in the West with the way this West is looking. I think you got to go all in. Would you trade Jaden McDaniels or Nas Reed if those two or either one of those if they don't perform offensively? Because we know what Jaden McDaniels gonna do on the defensive end.
What type of third option do they need? Or what do you
they
think
need
will
another
suffice?
wing. They either need another wing or a guard.
So what you think about Bridges?
Oh, I like that. But would you have to give up both of them to get Bridges? And would you like that if you give up both to get Bridges for Minnesota? Because
I
now I
don't.
think you lacking with like a 6-man option type guy. Or do you just start to stagger now?
To be honest, I think Brooklyn might just want McDaniels and if they got a pick.
Chris, what's up with it? Did you hear what we was talking about? Because I want to get your opinion on it too.
Yeah.
We was talking about the cat situation, and now I was telling Ray, I said, man, I think Nas Reid and Jaden McDaniels have to step up now, and we got to start asking more of them offensively. And I was saying, do you think if they fall out that top 3-4 spot, like they end up 4th seed now because the cat injury, and it's due to Jaden McDaniels and Nas Reid not stepping up in the offseason, would you trade one or both of those guys to get a third guy in Minnesota?
Yeah, what does that third guy look like? It depends on who that third guy is, but I'm
Ray said
definitely
somebody
willing.
like Mikal Bridges.
I mean, in my opinion, if Jaden McDaniels just turns his offensive game just a little bit more, he's about the same as Mikal Bridges. But that's just me. But Mikal Bridges, at least you know he's a consistent starter. He'll be there every night, and then him in that lesser role is a quality player. So I don't
It
mind
don't have
it.
to be
But
Mikal Bridges. I'm
yeah,
just
yeah.
saying, would you look
I'm
into
saying,
trading
yeah,
those guys?
you definitely
Okay.
look into it. I mean, you want to have that insurance. You want to have that ability to be able to have. I mean, talent is talent. The more talent you get, you can fill in. So I think they'll be fine if they trade at least one of them and keep the other.
Because I'm gonna say this, and who would you trade? Because let's say Jaden McDaniels and Nas Reid, both of them kind of stay where they at, about 10 to 11 points, but you needed one of them to get about 17. But so now we need a third guy. Because what if Cat go down this his second year in a row where damn near we can't count on him to stay healthy? We still like him, and we still like how he pairs with Ant, but now we need a third guy just in case something happens. Because the offense, you got about 4 guys in double figures, but those last two, Nas Reid and Jaden McDaniels, they had 10, 11 points. Mike Conley's at 10 points. You got Ant and Cat carrying the majority of the offense, and we already see they kind of suck at the end of the games because you playing his turn, my turn, because I don't trust nobody else outside those two. I'm getting to the point where I think they probably need a third guy if Jaden McDaniels and Nas Reid can't step up.
I'm getting rid of Jaden McDaniels and probably going with Nas Reid in that situation, especially so we have another big. And that's how I'm thinking if I'm the GM. I was like, at least we have another big. He can be a 6-man off the bench. There's not many 6-man scoring bigs off the bench like that are all capable of scoring from all levels of the floor and able to put the ball on the floor and dribble as well. So I think Nas Reid is a special kind of rare player. He just needs to. I mean, we'll see how he does in an expanded role now. I think he is capable of stepping in that just fine. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I'd keep Nas over McDaniels just because, I mean, as far as defensively, they have a lot of defense. And if you still need scoring punch.
Okay. Because right now you got the 1 seed in Minnesota and Dallas. So let's just say even if they slip to, let's say, the 3rd seed and they have to play a Phoenix, and let's just say Timberwolves go out in the 1st round. I think I'm go. Hey, I gotta get rid of one of them dudes and bring in the third guy, man. Just because you can't waste. First of all, you think about Ant, and he a superstar, but you can't waste Gobert and Conley. They might wake up one day and that it's over with. Gobert, it just might be over with.
I agree.
So I'm just saying, man, because we don't talk about Jaden McDaniels and the level people thought he would be. We don't talk about the upside people thought he had, the contract he just got, him and Nas Reid. So I'm just saying, man.
Now we should talk about it. I remember, yeah, they had high praise for him before the season. So
they go out in the 1st round. Remember, we talked about it here first. They need a third guy.
find some shit I love to do, so I can live comfortable. Searching for a peace of mind, need that when it's time to rhyme. Perfect in every line, any chance I get, and I know it takes time, but I would never quit.